up, all you new adventurers? Chaz Graves here for episode 2 of The Adventure Begins. Today we'll be talking about brand new comics, collectibles, upcoming events, and we're going to throw some manga your way as well.
Hi guys, Jarek here again. We are doing Star Trek Fleet Captain as our unboxing. Star Trek Fleet Captain is a 2 to 4 player game in which players take the roles of either Starfleet or Klingon commanders organizing their fleets in order to score victory points and beat out their opponents. Alright, so let's get right into this then. So, pop over the top. Well, the first things we have on top is the instruction booklet. We have, looks like a nice, heavy, laminated cardstock instruction booklet. Everything is color-coded, so it's easy to understand where things are. Instructions look really clear. Any special notes are in red. Obviously, that I have nothing to complain about here. It looks like a really nice instruction booklet there. Inside, also, we have command posts. These look like the point gathering stations for the game. We have them from both Federation and Klingon. Looks like, yep, Federation and Klingon. Not too shabby. We have, obviously, places for where mission cards look like they go, deployment, victory pile. Overall, looks like a pretty good setup for that. And then, the last thing we have inside is just a ship reference in case anything happens to your ships. It's just a silhouetted sheet of all the various ships we have in the box. In case looks like a base snaps, you can kind of reattach the correct ship to their bases. Next up, we have what looks like just an assorted baggie of cardboard tiles and things from all across the game. Nice, heavy, sturdy material there. Colors are really nice, really reminiscent of the original series and even Next Generation Star Trek. Looks like they even have stills of various ships, whether you're Klingon or Federation, on some of the tiles. So if you are a fan of those of the series, both the movies and the shows, it might have a lot of reminiscent and nostalgia effect for you there. Once again, really nice heavy cardboard for these things. I would kind of recommend, once you play through, getting smaller bags to sort them into. So that way, next time you play, you know exactly where things are. You don't have just an assorted pile of tokens lying around. Our next thing looks like it's the location deck. So Star Trek's all about exploring uncharted space and dealing with the political and territorial disputes that come with it. So naturally, when you're playing a game with Starfleet and the Klingons, things are going to happen. So opening it up, looks like these destination tiles they're okay. It looks like a heavier cardstock. Kind of disappointed. I was kind of hoping for a game like this. It'd be once again heavy cardboard like the tokens, but it's more of a little flimsier cardstock form, and they got a whole bunch. So it's looks like as you keep playing multiple times, you can sort through them, shuffle through them, so you have multiple instances per playthrough. You're not stuck with the same 14 tiles like a Catan or Twilight Imperium. Up next, we have our ship tokens, our ship decks. These are going to be all the information we need to manage and control ships for Starfleet and Klingon. Cracking these open. Once again, it's that same kind of flimsier cardstock. They're still relatively nice, very color-coded, very easy to read. You can kind of understand what's exactly where. Looks like we have both Klingon and Federation cards in there, and they look like they're standard size too. So if you want to protect your sleeves, give them a little bit of a longer lifespan, you can also sleeve those with various colors. Might help with organization as well too. It's like up next we have a lot more cards. These are the command decks. So how these work is there are multiple decks inside this, and it's going to help you sort between these decks for each faction you're playing with, and it's going to help kind of understand how you want to play your game as Federation or Klingon. It'll be more science-based, more expansionist, and you can cater to it to once again make your games more unique as you continue to play. You're not always playing the same style whether you're Klingon or Federation. You can give some longer longevity and playthrough styles for you, which is really nice. Flipping them over, oh, that's really cool. They have once again stills from the shows and the movies on them. If you're a fan, you're probably getting the game. And you'll have a little more attachment to some of these cards because of the stills they have and the artwork attached with them. Up next, we have our encounter deck. These look like anytime you open up a new location, you have to do an encounter, it seems like. And so will just kind of tell you what's happening in those encounters. And all of these are reminiscent of old episodes or plot points from the movies. So there's a lot of nostalgia factor going on here. And even just the colors they have for what the encounters are like. I mean, encounters are in that very nostalgic original series, almost barfy yellow for command staff. And I think that's just it's a fun, interesting callback for fans of the series. And lastly, for the cards at least, looks like we have our mission cards. Cracking into these guys. These are going to be what you need to score points throughout the game. We're going to have, looks like science cards, combat cards, and influence. And it looks like those are the big three ways to play the game and ways to score points. And so you don't have to be a combat heavy player. If you want to try and go for science or influence, you can also beat out your combat heavy player that way too. You're not shoehorned into one style play, which is going to be very nice. Once again, these are kind of the same, flimsier, almost card stock for it. So the art's really nice, the color's really nice. It's not bad that way. It's kind of a little upset about how the cards are kind of printed out that way. And now for looks like the meat of the board of the actual game box. These are all the miniatures you will get in the box. You get 24 total. Looks like 12 for Federation, 12 for Klingon. And these are actually really nice plastic models. There's enough detail in them that if you wanted to repaint them away from their normal colors, whether it's the Federation gray or the Klingon green, you should be able to do that relatively easily and still get those details put in there. These are based on, looks like the HeroClix kind of, if you played HeroClix, it's the same kind of base. They have everything kind of on the bottom, and these kind of click to match. Of course, this is the one that doesn't want to go, to match their current stats of what they're doing. It looks like they're also connected really well to the ships. You have to kind of, you have to try to break these. These are pretty sturdy models. Yeah, so this looks like what's the inside of Star Trek Fleet Captains. Overall, seems really well made, put together. I like the callbacks to the original series, the Next Generation series, the movies, the artwork, colors, all that. It's a really good callback for fans of the series. One thing I don't like is, like I said, some of the cards are starting to bend. It's an easy problem to fix, but it's something for a game of this type you kind of expect a higher quality from. And lastly, the models, they seem really nice. It's a lot of space. That's one thing you got to look into this too. You could be able to reorganize and make it better, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So this is, once again, Star Trek Fleet Captains. And we have games like this and more here at The Adventure Begins.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Hulk, man, Spider-Man, StarCraft. These are only just a few of the brand new titles we'll have here at The Adventure Begins this week. So let's dive in and talk about the issues people can't wait to get their hands on. Boom Studios is dropping Firefly, Bad Company #1, the first oversized special issue from the series. This comic reveals the secret origin of probably the most beloved character in the Fireverse. We're talking about Saffron. Take a journey through the early age of her life before her fateful marriage to Captain Maul, and how she's connected to the bounty currently on Maul's head. Marvel's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #4. Spider-Man and a mysterious ally fight some bad dudes and dudettes 18 miles beneath the Earth's surface. If they make it back to the top, the whole neighborhood, they're going to have to get their hands dirty. And to find out why, man, you got to pick up the issue. Justice League from DC, The Sixth Dimension, Part 2. This story starts in issue number 19, when Mr. Mixoplex shows up, and, well, we all know that's never a good sign. So, in the new issue, number 20, the Justice League come face-to-face with their future selves in the Sixth Dimension. Superman is trapped on a world without lights and hundreds of dead Supermen. So, can he escape before his powers are completely, gone? Because he needs the light. That's where he gets his powers from. So to do that, to leave the planet, he needs to know who captures him first. Dark Horse issue number 1 of Invisible Kingdom. This sci-fi adventure, it takes place in a galaxy far, far away. But it's actually a faraway star system. It's about 2 women, one highly religious and the other one, she's a tough as nails fighter pilot. These two women uncover a conspiracy between the leader of the system's religion and the mega corporation that controls society. This will be a monthly release and no doubt a favorite among sci-fi readers. Also, with the release of Captain Marvel, man, she has been flying off of our shelves. So make sure you stop in and pick up Captain Marvel number 3. And with the brand new release of Shazam out April 15th, and with the brand new release of Shazam on April 5th, there's no doubt that he's going to be just as popular. So for all your Billy Batson comics and collectibles, come on through, man, and pick them up here at the shop. Who you gonna call? Us, man. Because we have Wave 10 of the real Ghostbusters action figures that complete the firehouse.
Based on their animated appearance with new jumpsuits, new head sculpts, and new gear, Peter and Ray now measure about 7 inches tall. And for the first time ever, we have a fully articulate Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which stands about 8 inches tall, all with killer Diamond Select display ready packaging. So these are all set for you guys.
And as soon as we got these in, man, we sold all but 3. So you're going to want to get your hands on these things before they disappear into your ghost traps.
So bust yourself into your car, hit that old-timey siren, and make your way here to the shop and get the last ones that are here before they're all gone. All right, guys, so our featured manga for the week, we're going to have Tokyo Ghoul Volume 8. Ghouls live amongst us, the same as normal people, in every way, except for their craving of human flesh. The main character, Ken, becomes the first ever half-human, half-ghoul hybrid, and he's trapped between 2 worlds, and he has to survive ghoul turf wars, learn about ghoul society, and master his new powers. And you can find this here at The Adventure Begins in our manga section. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Hey, man, are you bored this week? Well, guess what? We have a whole bunch of events coming up.
Yeah, first things first, on the 23rd, it's Hellboy Day, all day. We're going to have 10% off all Hellboy merchandise in the store. And we're going to have limited freebies of, Seed of Destruction comic giveaways. We have 25 of those. Hellboy buttons, Right Hand of Doom bookmarks, temporary tattoo sheets, and Hellboy window clings. Once again, we'll have 25 of each of those. First come, first serve, so come on while you can get them.
And on March 26th, man, we're celebrating almost 80 years of Batman, Detective Comics. That's the number 1,000 release of The Dark Knight. So, starting at 8 p.m., we're going to have 10 variant comics for issue 1,000. We're going to do 10% off of all Batman Universe merchandise. We'll have maybe some people that are going to be here dressed up, having a good time.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, and then we're going to have bundles where you can get all 10 number 1,000s.
Yeah, that's good.
If you buy a bundle, you get 15% off. And then at midnight. 3/27. Midnight. We're going to do the midnight release party. And this is where you can get the special limited release of the midnight release comic book cover of Detective Comics 1000.
It's important because that's the only time we'll be selling that. If you come in the next day, they'll be pulled off our shelves. Sorry about that. We're at that point. It's we're going to get those signed, and the value for those is going to go right up the roof. So come on in at midnight to be able to get those comics.
That's right.
All right, so coming up for the rest of the month on Fridays and Saturdays, we're doing our very first Parrots Night Out. It's going to be Friday and Saturday from 5 until 10, from ages 6 to 12. And for this month, it's only for our loyalty point members. It's going to be completely free as we free as we figure it out and kind of get the ropes going with how we're going to keep doing this. Starting next month, it will have a charge with it, so get it while it lasts, while it's free.
We will not be teaching roping classes.
No, we don't have a high ropes course here, so it's definitely not a thing.
But there will be like activities and snacks and a lot of cool stuff that our event team will, hang out with your kids and you go have fun.
Yeah, I know card games are going to be big. I think Pokemon is one night, and then we're going to have other collectible games too kind of going on. I think we're doing a build your own game night too for one of them, so that'll be really interesting.
Yeah, then we'll sell it for $1 million.
Will be our idea, so.
Because it's exclusive.
Yeah.
Starting Monday, the 25th, man, we're going to do general knowledge pop culture trivia right here in store.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun event. We'll be going on at 6 p.m. And for these events, this is kind of special for us, we'll be relaxing our prohibition on, alcoholic beverages in the store. So on Monday from, 6 o'clock onwards until the event is done, feel free to come on in with your own or even stop next door at Tapped and pick up a crowler. And let's have some fun at the store.
Yeah, we'll be giving away prizes and stuff to the winners.
Yeah.
And speaking about prizes, I just talked to some really cool people, man. I've got stuff coming out or being sent to me for the brand new Pet Sematary movie that's released. I've got stuff for the brand new Shazam movie, and I've got stuff for the new Pikachu Detective movie. Exactly what they're sending me, I have no idea. They could be tickets, shirts, they could be bookmarks, they could be stickers, we don't know. But stay tuned. Check us out on our Facebook and our Instagram and on our website to find out what those awesome items may be.
Yeah. And as a special insider tip for you guys, you got to keep an eye out for episode 4 of The Adventure Begins. We're going to have some really cool stuff going on for episode 4, so keep your eyes open for it.
Very special guest is stopping by for episode 4.
Special guest. We've got some really big news dropping too that we're really excited to share.
Dude, we're going to drop it like it's hot.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. So like I say, keep your eyes out. Episode 4, worth your time, I promise.
All right, man, that's it for episode 2 of The Adventure Begins, man. I'm Chaz.
I'm Jarek.
And
see you, nerds.
Bill, when would you like trivia to... Hey, Bill, what are we doing? Hey, ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Woo!